economic dispatch with power losses. What is the objective of this? The same what we have just previously we have discussed in economic dispatch without power losses, the same objective. This is to minimize the fuel loss, fuel input, minimize the fuel input for all the units 1 to n f of I. To minimize the fuel input, sigma is equal to I2, I is equal to sigma I is equal to 1 to n f of I. And what are the constant here? We are just taking all the power generated is equal to demanding power plus losses. We are including the losses here. This can be given as I is equal to 1 to n Pi is equal to power demand plus power loss. So this can be written as PD plus PL minus sigma I is equal to 1 to n Pi is equal to 0. This is your equation number 1. Okay, so with this equality constraint I got my objective. Okay, same here also I am getting the solution by using Lagrangian method. So Lagrangian augmented L is equal to f of t plus lambda of this objective PD plus PL minus sigma I is equal to 1 to n Pi. So this is to minimize. My objective is to minimize this equation. What do you do for minimizing? dl by dpi and make it to 0 for getting the minimum value. So as we discussed in the previous classes, so directly I am writing here 0 is equal to dft by dpi plus lambda 0 minus 0 plus losses is also there, na? dpl by dpi minus 1. The difference between the previous derivation, this one is this one loss. Okay, now you can directly write this. I am writing dfi by dpi. This is also we have explained in the previous class, minus lambda dpl by dpi minus lambda. Okay, minus lambda. You can take lambda as common, or you can put minus sign here so that the equation will be modified like this. 0 is equal to, this is 0 na, 0 is equal to dfi by dpi minus lambda 1 minus, so sorry, here it will become plus, right? So 1 minus dpl by dpi, right? What is this one here? 0 is equal to incremental fuel cost. This is called incremental fuel cost of ith generation minus lambda into, this is called incremental transmission loss of ith unit. This is loss from loss, na? PL is nothing but loss. Incremental transmission loss of ith unit. So I can write like this: incremental transmission loss, ITL. Incremental transmission loss, ITL. ITL is equal to dpl by dpi. What is this one here? Which is equal to 2 into summation I is equal to 1 to n bij and pj. This incremental transmission loss is a unitless quantity. Because You are differentiating power with power only. So the unit is cancelled here. It is a unitless quantity. This is also one important bit in the competitive examination. Right? Now, I should get the lambda here. Lambda is equal to, directly I am writing, incremental fuel cost divided by 1 minus incremental transmission loss. Incremental transmission loss, or you can write like this: lambda is equal to 1 by 1 minus ITL into incremental cost, incremental fuel cost. This entire term I can call this as penalty factor. This is called as a penalty factor. Penalty factor. Penalty factor is equal to 1 by 1 minus incremental transmission loss. Lambda is equal to 1 by 1 minus ITL into incremental fuel cost, ICI. Okay. So here this is called ITL. Okay. So it can be written as L is equal to LI penalty factor into ICI. LI is equal to penalty factor, which is nothing but 1 by 1 minus of incremental transmission loss. Okay. Now the condition for maximum, the condition for minimization of the fuel cost when you consider the losses is nothing but to get the minimum fuel cost solution for economical dispatch problem with power loss. The product of this penalty factor and its incremental cost should be same for all the generating units. So the minimum fuel cost solution for without losses is lambda is equal to only incremental fuel cost of all the generators should be same, right? But when you consider the losses, it is nothing but the product of penalty factor into incremental fuel cost of all the generators should be same. L1 IC1 is equal to L2 IC2, so on like that, right? And what is the importance of this penalty factor? What is the importance of this penalty factor? If this penalty factor of a generator 1 is increased, then if the penalty factor of the generator 1 is increased, then to maintain the lambda is constant. Just now we have discussed that the condition for minimum fuel cost, the solution for economical load dispatch problem is the lambda should be constant for all the units. Then if one of the generator, if the penalty factor of one generator has increased, then to maintain the lambda is constant, you should decrease your incremental fuel cost, IC1. Incremental fuel cost, IC1. Okay. Then what is the equation for incremental fuel cost? IC is equal to AIPI plus BI. Then from this, the generation of plant PI is equal to incremental fuel cost minus BI divided by AI. These are the cost coefficients we have discussed in the previous class. Now, if when the incremental fuel cost, the penalty factor has been increased, then you are reducing the incremental fuel cost to maintain the lambda is constant. As and when you reduce the incremental fuel cost, these two are constants, then you should decrease your power generation in the ith unit. If penalty factor has increased, then you should decrease your power generation. You have been penalized. You have been penalized by decreasing the generation. That's why the name it can be called as the penalty factor. Penalty factor. If you have a single unit, let us say this is a generator, this is a transmission line, and this is your demand. This is your transmission line losses. This is your generation P. then the total power P is equal to PL plus PD, right? Now what will be your incremental transmission loss? PL by P, the loss divided by the loss, unitless quantity. Okay, definitely this loss will be less than P only, because generated power is nothing but the summation of loss plus something. But as and when you have the line, transmission line, this loss will be greater than or equal to 0. You can conclude that this penalty factor will be between 0 and 1. So you can write like this: incremental transmission loss is between 0 to 1, because this is right. Lambda or penalty factor Li is equal to 1 by 1 minus incremental transmission loss, right? If ITL becoming 0, if incremental transmission loss becomes 0, then what happens? If incremental transmission loss becomes 0, then penalty factor will be 1. If ITL is around 0.1, then penalty factor will be around 1.11. If ITL further increased, penalty factor further increased. So as and when incremental transmission loss increases, penalty factor is also increases. In some cases, let us take an isolated generator case. A generator is there, load is directly connected to the generator. This is PI. Then it is possible, if the load center is connected to generator directly, then the PL is nothing here. So the incremental transmission loss will be 0, because there is no transmission line. The incremental transmission loss will be 0. Then the penalty factor will be 1. This is possible only when the load is directly connected to the generator. There is no penalty factor in this case. There is no penalty factor in this case. Penalty factor is a physical parameter which is mainly depending upon the distance between the generating station to load center or a grid. Okay, as and when the length of the transmission line increases, length increases, then resistance value will be increases. When resistance increases, loss, I square loss increases, or power loss increases. When power loss increases, incremental transmission line loss increases. When ITL increases, penalty factor increases. So it is a penalty factor is a physical parameter which is mainly depending upon the distance between the generating station and the load, right? So I am just taking one example. You will understand by using this example. This is generator 1 and generator 2, and this is a load. Okay, from this diagram, this is called a grid or node, right? Now you can conclude that this is R3, this is R2, and this is R1, and from this diagram R1 and R3 both are 0, because the load is directly connected to generator 1, whereas resistance existing between generator 2 and load, so it is not equal to 0. So R2 exists here. As we know that B11 BMN coefficient is directly proportional to R1 plus R3, and B22 is directly proportional to R2 plus R3, and B12 is directly proportional to R3, or B12 or B21. both are same only. So from this B11 is equal to 0 and B22 is equal to R2 and B12 is equal to B21 is equal to 0 only, right? Now total power loss PL is equal to B11 P1 square plus B22 P2 square plus 2 into B12 P1 into P2. This is in megawatts, right? Now this one becomes 0 and B22 exists here and this one becomes 0. Now this entire loss PL will become now PL is equal to B22 P2 square megawatts. Then incremental transmission loss dPL by dP1 is equal to 0 because it is P2 here. When ITL becomes 0, L1 is equal to 1. 1 by 1 minus ITL is equal to 1. Similarly, for second transmission, second generator, ITL is equal to dPL by dP2. So this is with respect to 2, it will become 2 B2 to P2. So L2 is equal to 1 by 1 minus ITL. ITL is nothing but 2B2 P2. So definitely L2 is greater than 1. What you can understand here from this scenario, L1 penalty factor will be 1 as and when the load is connected nearly to the generator, and penalty factor will be greater than 1 as and when the load is connected far away from the generator. So this is regarding penalty factor.